how I found my life's purpose and how you can do the same. Before we start, you might question yourself, why should I find my life's purpose? And the reason for that is pretty much to make life easier. It helps us to focus, it helps us to tolerate stress more efficiently. It facilitates us prioritizing our goals and it creates meaning. It adds meaning or it helps to add meaning to our lives. If you clicked on this video, you probably are struggling to find your life's purpose, or you are struggling mentally with your mental health or something like that, which is something everybody eventually, or if not everybody, a lot of people eventually face, which is an existential crisis. And we're going to talk about existential crisis in another video, but today I'm going to talk to you guys about how I found my life's purpose and how you can do the same. I'm not going to say that one day I suddenly clicked and realized that X was my life's purpose. It was not like that. I have always been proactive in trying to figure out why I behave the ways I behave, why I do things the way I do, why I feel the way I feel about things, and why that is important and why it might not be important. I try to figure out what I'm feeling, what caused that feeling, and I have been doing that for a long time. Even before I started journaling, which is something I talk about in this channel almost every single video, the importance of journaling. Even before journaling, I made an active effort to try to figure out why I am and I do things the way I do and I feel the way I feel. And you get the point. So after years of actively thinking and actively trying to figure out why, not specifically what is my life's purpose, but generic situations that happened throughout my life, things that made me sad, things that made me angry, things that made me anxious. I used to reflect on those feelings and on those situations after the situation had passed and after I was not feeling the way I felt at the time. If I'm anxious, it will be really hard for me to rationalize at the moment, right? If I'm having an anxiety attack, if I'm angry, if I'm sad about something, it will be harder for me to ignore those feelings and try to rationalize the reasoning behind them. After the event is over, after I'm feeling better, it's easier. And that's what I usually do. And it brings us to this book, The Artist Way. I spoke about some other books in this channel already, and this one is the latest one I'm reading. I watched a YouTube video the other day about a girl that found her creative self in a year. She spent a year trying to improve her creativity and follow her dreams. And one of the things she mentioned was this book, The Artist's Way, which is a book I have heard about before from famous artists. Alicia Keys, when she won a Grammy, she thanked The Artist's Way for unlocking layers of her creativity, some creativity layers or something like that. Elizabeth Gilbert, she wrote Eat, Pray and Love. The guitarist from The Who, Olivia Rodrigo, Kerry Washington, and a shit ton of other artists mentioned The Artist's Way and thanked the book for helping them unlock something inside them, right? So I wanted to give it a go. I wanted to see what was that all about, and then I started to read the book. Right? I already had an idea that it would be really hard to follow all the steps because you need to do a lot of things, a lot of tasks, daily tasks, and those daily tasks really help you to embrace your creativity and help you unlock something inside. I'm not gonna talk too much about that because you guys can read the book and figure out by yourselves. But the thing is, I haven't read any of the weeks yet because the book is split in 2 weeks. There are 12 weeks, and then each week you have homework to do, and then she explains stuff about what you need to do, etc. But before the first week starts, she explains a little bit about what's going to happen. One of the things she says is you should do a daily journal. I forgot what is actually called, but it's like a daily journal. The idea is that you wake up every day and you write 3 pages of everything that comes to your mind. So you don't need to have any structure at all. You can just start writing. For example, let me read what I wrote. I'll try because my this sucks. Like you guys can. I'm not sure if I'll be able to read, but daily journal attempt number 1. It's the afternoon already. I messed up the morning because I was lazy. Not sure if unmotivated or just scared of dealing with my feelings. I don't have much on my mind nowadays. I don't know what I wrote here. Actually, I'm feeling tired. Blah 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 blah. And then I just started to write a bunch of stuff. Eventually, I just wrote something about space invaders and monkeys throwing shit at people. I don't know, like all over the place. But something was unlocked throughout this exercise. And this isn't some type of breakthrough. This wasn't the type of breakthrough that would change my life. It was more like a pattern recognition because eventually my mind started wandering off to YouTube, the videos I'm doing. I'm currently in a transitional period in my life where I'm trying to decide if I will create a new company, if I will try to get another job, if I should dedicate myself to YouTube, like do more videos. And every time I find myself in this position, like in between jobs, YouTube always comes to mind. And then I started to write about that. In the end, the YouTube topic changed to the contents of the videos I do. Because this channel is different than all the other channels I ever did. I started doing gaming content around 13, 14 years ago. I did all sorts of stuff. I never did this, which is no editing, just some small cuts, no background songs, just me talking, what's in my mind, whatever. But something clicked, which is I always liked to do tutorials. So I already did a lot of gaming tutorials. I already did a lot of video editing tutorials. In general, I like helping people. I like helping people get unblocked to do what they want to do. And not only on gaming, not only on video editing, not only on YouTube, but in general in life. I became a project manager, and the part of the job that I liked the most was having one-on-ones with people and helping them become a better version of themselves by recommending books, courses, and sometimes I read the book with them. So every week we read a chapter and then we talk about the chapter of the book in the following week, trying to get their workday more organized, trying to get them more productive, not for the work outcome, but for their life. And this is the part I like the most. And I remember, I don't know, 8 years ago, I was driving with my dad, and he asked me what I wanted to do with my life. At the time, I was in between jobs. At the time, I was in the middle of my internship. I did 2 years of internship in college, and this was like after the first year ended, and I was going to the second year. And he asked me what I wanted to do with my life, and I said that I didn't know, but I really liked helping people. I really like helping people be a better version of themselves. I always liked doing that. But in order for me to do that, I need to first learn things by myself so I can teach them. I need to have money so I can live a comfortable life, so that I have energy to help other people. Because if I'm not comfortable with my situation, I won't have energy to help other people because I need help. I need to help myself first. And I also remember that somebody asked me what was my dream, what I wanted to do. And I was already working as a software engineer, and my manager asked me what I wanted to do with my life, and I told him that I really wanted to open a record label that I could record people for free and help them release their songs for free. And this is sort of helping them pursue their dreams, right? I would need a lot of money to do that. And at the time I was doing music. I released a CD. I did music as a hobby, right? So at the time that made sense for me. And then after I stopped making music, that didn't make a lot of sense anymore. I still would like to do that, but like if we think about the bigger picture, I always liked the idea of me helping people. I need to figure out why, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going in the correct direction to find my life's purpose. So this is what I want to propose you to do. First, be honest with yourself. Whenever you face yourself in a situation that you get emotional, being maybe you are angry, maybe you are sad, maybe you are even too happy. I don't know, a different situation than your usual state of mind, your usual emotional state of mind. If you find yourself in that situation, try later to rationalize that feeling. Try to understand why you felt the way you felt, what triggered it, and write it down. Second, try to journal stuff. Try to write down your thoughts. When we write down our emotions on a piece of paper, it makes it so much easier to rationalize and understand what's going on in our minds because you have structure. As I mentioned before, emotions are all over the place. We don't know what's going on. So many things are happening at once. And when you write down your emotions, write down how you're feeling, try to understand why, you can ask yourself questions and you answer yourself. Like, you can ask yourself these questions and you need to answer them honestly. Don't lie to yourself. If you are embarrassed, somebody's gonna see what you're writing down. Just tear the piece of paper out and burn it, throw in the garbage. I don't care, rip it apart, but do it. This really, really helps. Once you do that for enough time, you figure it out. There isn't a secret formula. Nothing in life is easy. You need to put in the work, and most of the times it's a long journey. It's the same thing for money. Money that comes easy lives easy. Like, if you win all your money betting, you probably lose all your money super fast as well, because you won't give enough value to the money you got. You haven't put in the work to earn the money. You understand, right? And in order to understand my mind, this is what I did. I spent a lot of time thinking about why I do things I do, why I feel the way I feel. I rationalize it, I write it down, and I think about it. I really think about it. Nowadays, we are not bored anymore. It's hard to find somebody that's not doing anything, that's not listening to music, that's not like using their cell phone, watching a video or whatever. Like, you need to stop everything 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Maybe before you go to sleep. I don't really like before going to sleep, because sometimes your mind wanders to places that you don't really want to go, and then it will be hard for you to sleep. So do it during the day. It might even make you sleep better. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Thanks for watching. Bye.